Hello there, I'm Terry Mountain.
Let's keep my martini cool.
At that time I was living in London and I was doing freelance chauffeuring. I was driving other people's cars to events, shopping, sightseeing in London, general stuff like that. So at that time I had a very good agent, a lady called Gabby Howard, and she used to put me in for everything. Films, TV, modeling, stage work, everything. So she phoned me up, she said, Terry, they're casting the new James Bond film.
Where is Ernst Stavro Blofeld?
Suppose I were to kill you for a thrill.
I put your name forward to play one of the henchmen. And I said, fine. So my audition was for Friday morning, 11 o'clock. I had this client I had to go and meet at Heathrow, pick him up, pick his family up, take him to a London hotel and leave him there. So I phoned Gabby up and I said, Gabby, I can't be there 11 o'clock. She said, Terry, but get there as soon as you can, before 1 o'clock. So I picked the clients up, the Pan American flight was late. I got them to the hotel, drove round to Eon Films at the side of the Dorchester Hotel to see the casting director, Dyson Lovell, very well-known producer, casting director. So he looked at his watch, he said, okay Terry, he said, it's 5 to 1, but you're here, come upstairs. So I went upstairs, he's telling me about what they're looking for, and then the telephone went.
Yes?
Der Engländer ist gekommen.
Provide him with the usual comforts.
Ja.
He spoke to the person on the other end of the phone, and he said, I'll be with you at 1:15. Puts the phone down. He said, Terry, he said, thanks very much for coming. I know your work. I'll be in touch with Gabby. We went downstairs and he said to the receptionist, back at 3 o'clock. I said, Mr. Lovell, I've got a car outside. Can I give you a lift? He said, would you? I said, yeah. I opened the door and there's a gleaming Rolls Royce outside. A silver cloud Rolls Royce. That's what I was driving. So he looked at me, looked at the receptionist, looked at the car, jumped in. I didn't say a word to him. He said, Terry, he said, would you drop me off at MAJESTY'S in Berkeley Square? I've got to pick some flowers up. I said, yeah, sure, I'll drop you off and I'll pick you up. He said, would you? I said, yeah. I dropped him off. We drove around because of the parking. I picked him up. I took him to 54 Park Street. He said, Terry, look, I'm early. It's not 1:15 yet. He said, Terry, look, leave it with me. I've got to speak to Gabby. Leave it with me, we'll see what we can do. I said, fine. Tuesday of the following week, I had a call from Gabby. She said, Terry, they liked you. They would like to introduce you to the director, Peter Hunt, and maybe Harry Saltzman. I said, fine. So on the Friday, I went up to Pinewood Studios, met Peter Hunt, met Harry Saltzman, met the casting director, and they said, Terry, we've seen your resume, we've seen what you've done, and well, we think you're ideal for one of the henchmen. I said, really? I said, yeah, really. So, shook hands with everybody. I got a phone call a couple of days later. Terry, you've got a 3-month contract on the film. They told me the money. I'm not going to tell you, but...
This department is not concerned with your personal problems.
Were you a stuntman already before?
I was a stuntman. I've been doing stunts since 1964.
Okay.
I got in the business as a stuntman.
Yeah. And what was the Diamonds Are Forever connection then?
Yeah, Diamonds Are Forever. A couple of years later, I got a call from Bob Simmons, the action arranger, very well-known action arranger. He said, Terry, he said, would you come and see Guy Hamilton? He said, like you know, we're doing Diamonds Are Forever, and there could be a part in it for you. I said, oh, that's terrific. What? Peter Franks? He said, no, he said, that's been cast already. Joe Robinson's doing that. I said, well, Joe's a mate of mine, good luck with him. He said, well, come and see the director and we'll see what we can do for you. So I went up to Pinewood, saw Bob. Bob took me on the set. He introduced me to Guy Hamilton, well-known Bond director, well-known director. And Bob said, Guy, he said, this is Terry now that I told you about. He did very well with Peter, and I think he's ideal for Blofeld's guards.
Hold it! Get your hands up.
So Guy said, Terry, pleased to meet you. He said, if Bob's happy with you, then so am I. So I got a week's contract on Diamonds Are Forever. Now, if I may say so, Andrew, and to everybody watching, I'm the only English actor left that worked in Diamonds Are Forever.
And what were you saying earlier? You were saying about on Her Majesty's Secret Service. There's only 2 of you left. That's right.
George and myself.
Yeah.
George and myself. George, 007 myself.
Yeah.
And every time we meet up, we have a real good crack. You know,
Yeah.
we have a real good crack at each other.
This never happened to the other fella.
I was going to say, did you know there's a James Bond connection with Littlehampton? Yeah.
Yeah. When I do photographs of my to send away, I always have it on the memorial, and I say this is where Ian Fleming did his DA 30 assault unit.
Well, thank you very much, Terence. That was absolutely superb.
Is that it?
That is it.
But let me give you the bill first. I have to give you the check. You direct. You tell me
Okay.
what you want.